back in Manchester. I'm delighted to have an extra special People's Panel today, live from conference. I'm joined now, let's get this right, Michal,
yes.
Jamila and Ellis. Now, you're all involved in the Tory party. You're a Tory party member. Jamila, you're hoping to be a Tory MP, fingers crossed. Ellis, you're a Tory councillor, I believe, in Wolverhampton.
Correct, yeah.
So you're all at conference. Now, let's start with Rishi Sunak. How do you think he's doing, Michal?
I think a year, well, it's just shy of a year in the job, right? He's competent. He's clearly had to stir the ship of the party after, tumultuous period, some of which, as a result of the party itself, some of which was, external to it.
Yes.
I think some of the data coming out is showing that a lot of those key delivery messages, it's pretty mentioned earlier, are being delivered and they're happening. So I think what you want to see at this conference is unity while also having diversified ideas.
Yes. And Jamila, do we miss Boris Johnson at this conference? Because it's interesting, isn't it? This poll has narrowed between Labour and the Conservatives. Opinion was saying they're now only 10 points behind. Yeah. They were 25 odd in the summer, so things have got a bit better. Definitely. And obviously there is some big blonde bombshell missing at this conference. Do you think delegates will be upset about that, or is it just keep calm and carry on?
I think it's keep calm and carry on. Obviously, Boris is a big character, and he does bring a lot of energy with him, but he's not an MP at the moment. I think he's still a member. It would be always fun for him to be here, but I think Rishi's doing a very good job. And
some on the right of the party have said he's got the charisma of a doorknob.
Well,
is that a bit harsh?
It's a bit harsh, I'd say so. It's a bit harsh.
Ellis, what do your constituents, where you are a councillor in Wolverhampton, say about the Tory party? Are they being shy? Are they annoyed? They're sitting back and thinking, we want them to deliver a bit more of what we want, throw us a bit more red meat and we'll come back out? What's the situation?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of that. I mean, obviously, Wolverhampton, it's a red wall seat. Immigration is a massive concern. A lot of our hotels in our city centre are actually being used to accommodate asylum seekers.
So how's that gone down?
It's not good for anybody. I mean, it's not good for the asylum seekers. It's not good for the city. It's not good for the local economy. We really want to see that that sort of hotel policy coming to an end, really, because we actually want visitors to be using the hotels, not asylum seekers. So that issue is obviously a huge concern to people. I think just picking up on what Michal said, people are starting to see that actually Rishi's plan is starting to bear fruit in terms of the inflation is starting to come down. The tide is starting to turn.
Do the people of Wolverhampton like the climb down on the climate stuff?
I think I would say broadly that is popular. I mean, look, it has to be a sensible, pragmatic approach. I mean, everyone supports moving to net zero and reducing carbon emissions, of course, but it can't be done on the backs of the poor.
Yes.
We have a lot of deprivation in Wolverhampton, and people don't want to see more taxes. They don't want to see their costs going up.
Yeah.
So I think it is a pragmatic.
Mihai, you're from Romania originally. I know you've been here for a long time. You're a British citizen now, I understand.
For more than 10 years.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you.
Immigration is obviously a really thorny topic for the Conservatives. You've got people accusing Suella Braverman on one hand of dog whistle politics. Do you agree with that? Is she mishandling this situation? Priti Patel didn't exactly give her a good review.
I wouldn't have called her speech thoughtful, as Michael put it. I think immigration is good if it's controlled and it comes. But I think I think people need to take a step back here. And I came to the UK in 2006, so that was pre-Romania joining the EU. But after the large 2004 enlargement, right, we had 10 Eastern European countries joining. And at the time, and that's nothing to do with asylum seekers, but it's more broadly around immigration at the time, the Labour government decided to open up the borders straight away, which a lot of other European countries didn't, and no one talks about that. France and Germany controlled it for that 7 years. I think in hindsight, that was a mistake. So I think immigration is good if it's controlled and keeps the fabric of communities. The speech in Washington, I think it's unfortunate in some of its statements.
Yeah, you didn't like, I think, as well, the kind of reference to people claiming persecution on the ground of their sexuality. You thought that was a bit much. 1,200
people, out of which 55% are Ugandans, where it's death penalty to be persecuted. So I don't think that was the right thing to pick up on.
No, perhaps went a bit too far. Jamila, now I spoke to you at an event we met, didn't we, in the
We
House of
did,
Commons
we
a couple of
did.
weeks ago, and you said you were a young Conservative. And I said, isn't that a bit of an
Semi-young.
oxymoron? What's going on here? You're a young Conservative, Jamila. Why and what attracts you to the party, and what are you hoping to do?
I'm hoping to reform the welfare state. That's like my big legacy, hopefully. But the reason I'm a Conservative is because I believe that you should be able to. We should empower people to empower themselves. I don't believe in being too reliant on the state, and I think we're getting into a dangerous situation, especially post-COVID, where people are always looking to the government to fix their problems, and I don't think it's the right solution. And I think sometimes we feel the pressure to kind of do what they want us to do, but sometimes we've got to remind everyone that the Conservative way forward isn't about us just giving and giving and giving.
Very quick answer from all three of you, because we're running out of time. Chances of the Tories out of 10 winning the next general election, Mihai?
6 to 7.
9.5.
I love that optimism.
I'd
Ellis,
say 7.
higher than we think, perhaps?
Yeah.
All right, lovely to see you all. No doubt
you.
we'll bump into each other as the course of the conference goes on.
Thanks.
Hope to not see you too drunk at the Midland Hotel later, which is a place where everyone hangs out here in the evenings, by the way.